Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. As you can see, if you're looking at this now, this video is going to be all about no contact, getting through the no contact process. That's literally what I'm titling it. But before we even get into the topic of no contact, can I just start off by saying, hey, thank you so much for taking the time to watch me, watch my channel. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and click that subscribe button. If you're not new and you've been rocking with me since day one, I love you so much. As you can see, I've changed the direction of this channel a little bit. I want this channel to be more about, giving life advice, helping everyone out in this world. I really just feel like a lot of people are hurting in this world and a lot of people need help and need advice. And though I may not be a trained psychologist, I've been through a lot. I've seen a lot, and I just want to be able to share that with the rest of you all. So that's going to be a lot of the videos on here, as well as vlogging, thrifting, all that good stuff. But I wanted to kickstart off from being back from my hiatus with a video about no contact. So let's get into it. In this video, I'm going to be talking about what the no contact rule is, advice on how to get through the no contact, and my personal journey, as well as others' journeys that I know on how they got through the no contact periods. No contact is a method that's used when you're going through a breakup. It's the best way to cut ties, really heal properly. And I think a lot of people are doing it in hopes to get their ex back, but I always tell people no contact is the best way to heal properly and be able to successfully move on. Not only move on, but also be happy with yourself, as well as happy in the next relationship you do decide to get into. Now, no contact doesn't always have to be with relationships. It could be with friendships, toxic family members, whatever, but the no contact rule has literally changed my life so much. It has been a great addition to all the wins that I've been witnessing recently, and I do want to thank God into the no contact rule, and God just giving me the grace and the endurance and patience to get through the no contact rule. So I've been through many breakups in my life. I'm pretty sure if you guys are blessed to not go through a breakup, more power to you. But I've actually just finished coming out of a really bad breakup. The breakup, I want to say, was probably, it hasn't even been a year yet. It's been about 9 months since that breakup. But something amazing came out of that breakup. I was able to go no contact, not talk to that person after the breakup has happened. And literally, I saw my life changed right before my eyes. I got 100,000 followers on Instagram. I've gotten the most brand deals I've ever gotten in the history of me starting to be an influencer. Literally within February alone, I had a total of, I want to say 5 brand deals, all amounting well over 10K. So that has been amazing. I even had some time to really work out, clear my mind, get my body right, get my mind right. And honestly, all I can say is that the no contact method is the best way to not only focus on yourself, but really flex and boss up. That's really the whole point of this. You flex so much in the no contact period. Usually when you hop on these videos, people will say, okay, if you're going through a breakup, you should do the no contact period for, I want to say 30 days. And after the 30 days, if you want to, you can decide to reach out to them. What I'm going to tell you guys is that in the no contact period, it should be just that. No texting, no calling, no stalking, no looking at socials. We'll get into that a little bit more, but it really should just be a time to let your emotions flow, grieve, and really get through the situation at hand. So for the most part, everyone who's watching this is probably going through a breakup, have been in a bad breakup, or you're in the process of grieving a loss of someone. It's so funny, when I think about all of my past relationships, I've had 3 major boyfriends. Every relationship I've been in, the person has broken up with me, and every single time that person has broken up with me, I have completely went no contact. I did not feel the need to talk to them anymore. I did not feel the need to text them anymore. It was boom, complete cut off, ripping the band-aid off. It's something that I didn't even know was a thing. I just thought that that was normal, but there's something I want to really put out there to all of you all watching. You have to value yourself. You have to know that you are an amazing person, even though you make mistakes, even though you can be a little annoying, because we're all a little bit annoying. Whatever it is that you have that's going on, you are still amazing, you are still beautiful, and you are still valued. And so I always realize that when I'm going through a breakup, even though I'm feeling so low in that moment because someone literally doesn't want to be with me, I still value myself. Even in the midst of me crying, snot-nosed, sad, whatever, I value myself at a very high standard. That could have been because of how my parents instilled that in me, how I view myself, me reading my Bible, and how God views me. I just know that I'm bomb and I'm that girl. So no matter what, I very much so value myself. So when someone is saying that they don't want to be with you anymore, or that they no longer want to pursue a relationship with you, you need to value yourself enough to say, hey, you know what? You want to live life without me? I'm gonna show you what life is like without me. And a lot of people don't have the courage to really say that, because people don't really know what they're doing when they're breaking up with someone. They're at that moment when the person is breaking up with you, they're saying that I'm better than you, I don't need you anymore, I can find better, I'm going to move on from this. That's technically what they're saying if you read in between the lines. So what you have to take from that is they no longer see me valuable. That does not mean that I am not valuable. I'm going to let you walk away, and I'm going to continue to add value to my life. That should be what goes on. Of course, it's easier said than done, but I'm saying that so you can rewatch this video, replay it in your mind that that's what this is all about. It's all about having that high value for yourself. Recently, I saw the funniest tweet ever, and it said, "My silence always gets the last laugh." And I thought that was really funny. And basically, you ever heard that term or that metaphor where people say, you know, silence speaks volume? That is technically what's happening. When you go silent and when you choose not to speak or talk or indulge in any situation, you're speaking volumes. You're showing that you don't have the energy or time to waste on certain situations, on certain people, on anything that does not add value into your life. So when you choose to completely go no contact, not talk, not engage with your ex, it literally drives people insane, number one, and I know it does. That's because I've had exes' parents call me saying, hey, you know, my son is very upset that you didn't try to talk to him anymore, that you want nothing to do with him anymore. They were like, dang, you just went cold turkey like that. Yeah, I did, because there's nothing to talk about anymore. You know, there's nothing to discuss anymore. It is done, it is finished. I'm one of those people. And something also that's really like sidebar for you to know, whenever someone breaks up with me, I've never been like a person who is okay with the whole break thing. Like, hey, we're going on a break. That's not me. I'm not the break girl, you know? Like, either you want to be me or you don't. So I always tell like my exes, like right before they break up with me, I'm like, are you sure? Like, are you really, really sure you want to do this? You know, and it's kind of pointless to ask that question, because at that point, if someone doesn't want to be with you, just don't let them be with you. But it's kind of my little funny thing that I do to myself, because I say, are you sure? Because, you know, once you ring this bell, there's no unringing it. Once you break up with me, there's no getting back together. There's no working it out. There's no, oh my gosh, I made a mistake, because you had the choice to do it, you know? And the way that I picture my love story and how I'm going to talk to my kids in the future, I'm not going to tell them that their father and I's relationship started or cultivated because he broke up with me, then he automatically knew what he was missing out on, and then he got me back and I said yes. That's not the love story I'm going to tell my kids. The love story I want to tell my kids is that your father loved me from the jump. He knew it, and he was so scared to lose me, he would do anything to not lose me. That's the story that I want to tell my kids. So I suggest you all go out there, write the story, or think about the story that you want to tell your kids when your kids look up to you, or whatever, whoever comes up to you, your best friend, someone that admires you. If you're a mentee and you're a mentor to someone, if they came up to you and say, oh my gosh, you and your husband's relationship is so beautiful, how did it happen? How would you want that story to sound, you know? And I'm not judging anyone's story. Everyone's story is different. It comes with all these different ups and downs and roller coasters of twists and turns. That's cool. I just truly believe that how I want my story to be told is that our relationship was cultivated through the love of God, the love of each other, and the fear of not wanting to lose one another. I really, really want that to be my love story. So take that time to think about that while you're going through the no contact period. Next, I'm going to talk about some common things that you might think about during the no contact period, and how to like really reprogram your brain to not think these things. Number one, the number one thing we're thinking about after a breakup or after someone breaks up with you is, oh my gosh, this is my soulmate. How many times have you heard like your friend say that, or you said that, like, this is my soulmate, no one gets me like they do, no one understands me like him or her, no one gets it, this is literally the person I'm supposed to be with. Sis, sir, that is incorrect. You know, I know that's how you feel. You feel as if no one understands you, no one gets you, but when you really look at the retrospect of life, God has placed 8 billion people here on this earth. I doubt that just one person understands everything about you. They touch you a certain way, they just get you. There's a lot of people out there who will understand you that way and even better. So you have to get that idea out of your head that the person that you were with was your one and only soulmate, and no one else will ever compare or compete. That is not true, all right? God has multiple people out here that will understand you, that will relate to you. And yes, he does have a certain person that when they see you and when they feel it and when the connection is there, they won't walk away. That's what I kept on telling myself through my recent breakup, was that, oh my gosh, like this was someone that I really felt like I was going to get married to. We were going to have kids together. We were going to start this whole entire life together. And then I started thinking that if this person was meant for me, we would still be together. You have to kind of click that in your head. If this person was meant to be in my life, they would still be in my life. Not if this person was meant to be in my life, he lost his way, I have to get him back to figuring out the right way. No. If this person was supposed to be there for you, was supposed to be the person you marry, supposed to be the person you have kids with, was to be the person you started your life with, they would still be there in your life. They would value you so much, and they would be so scared of even losing you or the thought of losing you that they would do whatever it takes to make it work and to make things right. So please remember that, okay? Another big thing while going through the no contact period, you have to allow yourself to feel your emotions. I'm really big on that. A lot of you may not know this, but I went to Georgia State University. I did graduate with a psychology degree, and I am a very big believer that we all should be expressing ourselves and feeling our emotions. So whenever you are sad and you feel the need to cry, let those emotions out. Don't try to hide them. Don't try to fight them. Let the emotions pour, because you'll realize within the next like 10-15 minutes, it kind of gets it all out and you're able to just like woosah. But there would be so many times, especially I was dealing with a breakup that was not near my family or friends. I was all by myself in New York. As you guys know, I was living in New York last year, so it was a really tough breakup because I had no one essentially near me. So I had to really deal with the grief of that breakup on my own. And I really wasn't alone because I had God there. I was talking to God. I read my Bible every day. I really was just trying to tell myself everything that I felt like I got from that partner, God can also give me. So that's something that really helped me through that breakup. And it will help you too. Try to find solace in just reading your Bible, going to church, getting closer with God, building that relationship with God. Because when you do that, you'll realize like, hey, there's someone on my side that will never leave me, that will never forsake me, that will never like abandon me. He's always going to be there, So let those emotions pour out. Let your heart cry. Something important my sister told me is that God is with us during those sad moments. He hears our cries. So cry it out. He hears you. He wants to heal you from the inside out. And that's something that I didn't know at the time until you're going through like a really rough moment. You never realize like, wow, God really does have my back and he's here for me. He's going to make this better, even though it hurts in this moment. Also, find community. Even though my family and friends were thousands of miles away, they were still only one phone call away. I think I talked to my brother. Me and my older brother got so close during this breakup. I think I called him every single day. We would talk for 7 hours straight. He works from home, so he would be working from home. I'd be working from home, just calling him, talking to him. He would just make me feel so good throughout that breakup. To this day, I love my brother so much. I love my older brother so much. I'm literally gonna like shout him out here because he got me through a lot of that breakup in New York. He would just like, reassure me. He would tell me that like, yo, you're a bomb, you're amazing, you're beautiful. Like, you're gonna be okay. You're gonna get through this. Like, oh my gosh, everyone's an idiot who doesn't want to be with you. All the stuff that you want to hear from a man in your life, especially this being my older brother. It was exactly what I wanted to hear at that point. Also, my best friend Drusilla, my sister Leslie, my friends Kirsten, like everyone I could think of, the list goes on. There was always someone for me to call through the hard times where I just couldn't stop crying, or I was calling on God and I just needed someone to actually talk to and hear their voice. I always had someone there. So during your no contact period, it's really good to have someone there. It really just makes the whole process easier. I never was the person that really wanted to give into temptation and call or text someone, because I just feel like if someone breaks up with me, there's nothing that I need to reach out to convince. I'm not a convincer, really. I'm not a beggar. I'm not a pleader. I do work hard for things and I do fight for things, but I do them in the relationship. So I'll fight hard in a relationship. I'm a giver in a relationship, but once the relationship has ended and you decided to call it quits, I'm not fighting anymore. The only thing that I care about is my peace, my mental health, and my happiness. So I suggest that you all go out there and try to do the same thing, okay? It's gonna be good. Like, it's so crazy thinking of it now, but I remember like 1 month after the breakup, I was still feeling like kind of crappy, kind of sad, and here I am now, 9 months or 10 months? I think it's been 10 months since the breakup, and I feel so good. I feel so good. Glory be to God. I feel so good. I just feel so happy. I feel so clear-minded. And even though, yes, I still have moments where I mourn the relationship or I think of what could have been, but the feelings aren't as intense as they were like week 1, week 2. So if y'all are in the middle of week 1, week 2, just know, just look at my face and look at the smile, look at how cute I look, and look at my bomb apartment. That's it too. I had a whole high-rise apartment after this. And I wish I could explain it. It's not like, so like after a breakup, people always think that, oh, you start working out now, why didn't you do this when you were in a relationship? It's not even that. It's almost like I started to realize that I pour so much energy into other people that I can now use that energy that I pour into other people and just use it on me. How I view a perfect relationship should be is you're pouring your energy into your partner pours their energy into you, and there's always an equal balance. Everyone's cup is always full. But a lot of times in a relationship, one partner pours a lot into the other partner's cup, and the other partner just chills and is just sitting in their cup. And I realize that happens with every single relationship I get into. So something that, oh, girl needs to fix right here, but this is just me being transparent. So if you find yourself like doing things that you've never done before, going to the gym more, going to look at apartments that you didn't even think that you could afford anymore, it's not because you're trying to flex up on someone or prove someone wrong. It's literally because the energy that you put into other people, you can now put that into yourself, and you also end up building your confidence up, your faith in yourself up, and great things start to happen. Okay, so the next thing, and this was gonna be a tough one for a lot of you all, is checking social medias, checking your ex's social medias. It's easier said than done. Like I said, you're not supposed to check it at all. If you can, if you have the strength and the discipline to not check your ex's socials, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or the whole shebang, do that, because it doesn't help anything. It doesn't help anything. It doesn't solve anything by looking at your ex's social. I'm telling you that right now. If you need to repeat this part of the video over and over again until it sticks in your head, please do so. But it does not help anything. It does not make you feel better. It does not make you them want to get back with you. Do not look at your ex's socials. And like I said, it's easier said than done. But here's some advice for some people who cannot do it. Like myself, it was very hard to not look at my ex's socials. All of my exes. I feel like I was always tempted to see what they were doing and what they were up to. When I felt the need to look at their socials, I ended up seeing this cool trick where if you want to look at your partner's socials, allow yourself a time slot to do so. So if you wake up during the day, allow yourself 15 minutes to just go crazy and go ham. You know, look at their Instagram, their Twitter, their Facebook, old text messages, old pictures, do whatever you want to do. But once that 15 minutes is up, you need to be focusing on yourself. You need to be thinking about what you want to do for yourself. How can you make yourself a better person? What businesses you want to work on? What cool activities you want to work on? But you should not be spending your whole entire day stalking your ex's socials. That's not a good look, sis. It's not a good look. You want to make sure that you're taking time to just like focus on yourself. But like I said, I'd be lying if I say it's completely easy to just stop looking at someone's socials. It's hard. That's why social media is so difficult, especially when going through a breakup or doing the no contact period. But a true no contact period, you do not want to reach out. You do not want to text back. You want to allow yourself a full 30 days to just not talk to the person. And you know, after the 30 days, yes, a lot of the people in these YouTube videos will say it's up to you now to decide if you want to reach out back out to them or talk to them. But there's nothing to talk about anymore. You know, try to go on with a new perspective of, I feel so good, I'm living my life. Do I even want to entertain the idea of you coming back to my life and starting this whole process all over again? Because they say that whenever you reach back out to your ex or talk to them throughout your no contact period, it's almost like you're starting at day one all over again. So now you went 23 days with no contact, you only have 7 days left, but you screwed it up because you said, hey, how's everything going? Or you wished them happy birthday or whatever, and now you're back to ground zero. And that messes with your emotions. And all I want you guys to take out of this video is that I want you to feel good. I want you to feel confident. I want you to feel valued. And I want you to know that you can get through this no contact period. Because if I can do it, someone like me who's emotional, sensitive, lovey-dovey, I'm like seriously a lover girl, I know that you all can do it. Woo! I think the last thing that I really want to put out there for you all to know when it comes down to the no contact rule and breakups is that healing is not linear, you know? Like, it's not a linear process. My brother told me that when I was going through the breakup. You will have moments and days where you're feeling really, really great, and then you can have one day where you're feeling horrible and you want to call and you want to text them and you want to just cry and feel bad, and that's okay as long as you don't give in to those feelings, because it is just a moment and you will feel better, you know? So don't beat yourself up so much if you feel like, crap, it's been 7 months since the breakup and I still think about them. That's normal. Like, you're gonna think about people. My sister once told me that she has a theory that we don't stop loving someone, we just learn to live without them. And I thought that that was something really deep. I don't think anyone can really just cut off their emotions or their feelings. It's very hard to do unless you just didn't have feelings from the beginning. But I do truly believe that once someone's in love, they just don't stop loving you. You know, they just learn to live without you. They distract themselves so long to the point to where they just forgot to think about you, if that's a thing. People sometimes forget to think about you. And I'm here to tell you that I don't want you to do that. I want you to feel through all of your emotions. I want you to feel every little piece of this breakup, every little piece of the no contact period, because when you make it through it, which you will make it through it, we all do, because think about everything that you thought that you wouldn't make it through and you did. So when you do make it through this process, I want you to feel like, man, I felt every emotion. So that way, when it's time for you to move on, date other people, put yourself out there, you're not holding on to baggage from past relationships. I truly do believe that when you jump into another relationship, when you jump into start dating people or sleeping around or whatever, moving in with people, when you start to do that, you really didn't allow yourself or your heart enough time to heal and process what just happened to you. And that goes for everything. This is just classic psychology 101. Your brain needs time to process traumatic events and close knitted bonds and relationships. Your brain needs time to be like, crap, I was just in a loving relationship and now I'm not. I was just with someone every single day and now I'm not. I need time to process this. And when you don't allow yourself to process it, when you work out because you're trying to distract yourself, when you date people because you're trying to distract yourself, when you go out to the club because you're trying to distract yourself, all you're doing is pushing those emotions and feelings backwards that will then come out in horrible ways in the future. You rather just deal with it now, rip the band-aid off, feel those emotions, get through it. So that way, when you come out on the other side, you can say, I felt those emotions. I felt what it felt like to be sad and horrible and not loved. And now I can say, wow, those were just feelings, but they weren't true and they weren't real because I am loved. I am worthy to be loved and I value myself. Whew. Yes, man. Okay, we made it through an epiphany with Symphony. I did decide to change my channel name to an epiphany with Symphony because I feel like that's what my life is. I feel like I have all these little epiphanies that come up in my head, and my coworker gave me that name and I loved it as soon as she said it because she's like, oh, I just had an epiphany. I was like, that's gonna be the name of my YouTube channel, an epiphany with Symphony. So we're gonna hop on here and I'm gonna talk to you guys, give you guys advice about life, about finances, about, you know, love, about how it is being in your 20s/30s, how it is in college, everything that you guys need advice on, let me know. Like I said, I think I've just seen so much of life and I've experienced so much of life that I have so much like love and advice to give, and I want to give it to you guys on here on this platform. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed my first video. This is like my cool little hangout. So I'm right here chilling on my couch on my little mini chair, right with my bomb view. It's kind of like raining outside right now, but yeah, I hope you all enjoyed. Make sure to comment down below for other video ideas you want to see me talk about, what you want me to do. But I hope you all really enjoy the new direction of my channel and the things I'm going to talk about. And yeah, just want you to know that I love you, God loves you, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.